Yo, what's up YouTube? It's S Chiefs. I'm back with another fire ass video. Before we get into the video, I want to give a quick little disclaimer. Please don't recreate anything that's stated in these videos, and all these videos are alleged. Alright, thank you. So anyways, this took place freshman year, right? And this story, right? Well, y'all are gonna see from the thumbnail. The thumbnail gonna be a little crazy. But bro, this shit was low-key a funny ass story. So this shit took place freshman year, right? I already said that. But freshman year, if you've seen my other videos, then you would know I'm out in California during freshman year. Specifically North Hollywood. So, I'm out in North Hollywood, right? And at the time, like when I first moved out there, up until this story had taken place, I think around the end of December, cause early December I got off probation, right? So really early December I got off probation, and basically me and this homie, like my aunt was on date. I live with my aunt out there at the time. You will also know that if you watch the other videos, but anyways. My aunt, when I was on probation, she was constantly tweaking about what I was doing, where I was going, like just constantly tweaking. So, when I got off, I got a little bit more freedom. So, I ain't smoked in a fat ass minute because I've been on probation. And, I ain't smoked nothing out in Cali yet, so I ain't tried really nothing out there. I mean, I've smoked a few times on probation, but, like, not that much, like, because I don't want to get caught or nothing. So basically, right, me and my homeboy, we're gonna call this homeboy C. So me and C, right, we meet up before school or whatever. We was kicking it, and boom, he rolled up a little something. So while we was talking, bro, we decided we was finna kick it after school. So boom, we smoked that bitch. We walked to school together. School was right next to where my aunt lived, and he lived right next to us. So he would like my crib. He would pass my crib on the way to school. So, we walked over to the school real quick. You literally just gotta cross the road and then walk down the sidewalk, barely like not even a quarter of a mile, bro, and you're at the school. So like, yeah, bro, we just walked in that bitch. I went to first period, and boom, we was chilling, bro. I went first. I went to third. I went to fifth, and then I went to seventh period, and then school let out. So I went back to the crib and I did whatever I had to do. My aunt had me doing shit at the crib or whatever. So I was just helping around because she was letting me stay there. So, I'm a help around while I can. But you feel me? So I told her I was finna go hang out with my friend, and she said, alright, bet. So, she wasn't really tripping about nothing. So I go hang out with my friend. Oh, my bad. And she also told me she was finna have friends over. So, anyways, I go out, I get ready, and then I go out and I go meet up with him. And what the plan was right. So he had a Four Loko in his bag, and he had some like really good Zod, different than the shit that we was smoking in the morning, like some shit that he only bought like 7 G's. He bought a quarter of, so he didn't have that much, so he was only smoking it here and there. So he brought this shit, right, and boom, we start walking, cause alright, where we're walking to, right, this was the plan, my fault, I forgot to tell y'all. So we was finna go to like, so there's this apartment building in the middle of NoHo, like the city that we're in, and you can like sneak in by like telling somebody when they come up to the thing that like you gotta get in. You basically gotta lie your way in, but you get in and shit, and then you get all the way to the top floor, and on the top floor there's a helicopter pad. Now this shit's gonna come into play later. So the top floor, it was like a 16-story building. So we're all the way up there. We could see the whole San Fernando Valley up in that bit. Like, I swear we could see a good bit of the valley up in that bitch. Maybe not the whole thing, but like a good ass portion of it. But anyways, we're chilling up there, and homie busts open the Four Loko. Now look, I don't really drink. I'm not really a drinker, bro. I don't really fuck with alcohol. I've drank before. I've drank a good amount too and didn't really get too drunk. I don't feel like I was able to hold my shit together. I just don't really fuck with it. It's not my thing. But anyways, he busts it open. I take a few sips. he's drinking that bitch, and he starts rolling up his Now, bro, this shit stunk. Like, I'm telling y'all, bro, this shit smelled loud as hell. Like, yo, my aunt smoked, so, like, the crib was loud, so I was used to his smell. But this shit was loud as fuck. I ain't trying to glaze this shit. This shit was loud as fuck. So, anyways, look, bro. He gets to rolling up, and he rolls up. So, we spark this bitch, and this shit's, like, some fat shit, bro. Like, I say, like, a 1.5, 1.75 up in there. And we spark it. We smoke that bitch down. So, my homeboy, he had busted out some fucking, I can't remember if he had spray cans or markers or what. But we ended up, like, tagging and doing some shit on some vents. And, yeah, that's what, like, these vents are going to come into play later. They are right next to the helicopter pad. So, boom, we see, like, we're chilling there, we're talking, like, we're looking at the distance and shit, just chilling, chopping it up. And then we hear something behind us. So we look, and we see in the distance a helicopter coming directly toward us. So we don't know if this is a cop helicopter or what, but they're like they're barely above the building. Like, they would see us for sure. They might even, like, bro, they could have been landing on that building. That's what we were thinking, or that's what I was thinking. So boom, I'm looking for a hiding spot, and boom, we found, like, this vent thing, bro. Like, the vents, all right, so, like, it was, like, kind of ground level, but then there was one that goes, like, under, and it had, like, things that come out on the bottom, and then inside it's just tall enough to fit, like, bro, people who are, like, 8 feet tall could fit in here. It could fit, like, 4 people, but it would be a little bit cramped in there. But you kind of got to crawl to get under there. So, boom, we duck, we get under there. And this helicopter, right, it flies right above us. And as it's pulling off, I duck a little bit. Like, I move my head a little bit to see what it is, bro. Yo, tell me why this shit was a police helicopter. They circled the top of the building, like, right around the top, and then went back the opposite direction. Like, this shit was sketchy as fuck. So that shit dips, and we wait for it to get, like, a little bit far where we think it wouldn't be able to see us. And then, boom, we beeline it to the stairwell. We book it down. We book it to, like, the 14th floor. And then we take the elevator all the way down to ground level. We dip. And, yeah, bro, like, yo, that shit was some good-ass though. I can't even lie. That shit had me fried as fuck. Yo, I don't know, bro. Realistically, I don't think those, like, cops would have done nothing, bro. We didn't even have no, like, it was already smoked, bro. We was just chilling up there. Like, I don't think they would have done nothing, bro. I think it was just paranoia, but still, bro, that shit was, yo, yeah. And I hadn't smoked in a good-ass minute, other than, like, a few times. So, bro, I got fried as hell. But anyways, yeah, bro. Hey, I hope y'all enjoyed this story. If you did, well, hold up. I'm leaving out a part. My fault, y'all. Basically, all we did after that was we chopped it up and we walked back to the crib. And I took some more sips of the Four Loko and he finished that bitch. He was like, yeah, bro, he was a little bit crossfaded. So, yeah, we just parted ways, bro. It was a little bit later in the day, and yeah, bro. But anyways, yeah, like I was saying, hey, if you enjoyed this shit, want to see more content like this, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, bro. Turn on notifications. I'm going to be dropping every Friday or every other Friday if I don't drop every Friday. So, yeah, bro, just stay tuned. Just whenever I feel like it I'm going to drop, but it's always on Fridays. Yeah. Just if I miss a Friday, just know the next Friday is going to be a video. But anyways, yeah, see y'all. Peace.